Today we got a fight that I'm actually a big fan of. Punisher versus Bane. Who wins? Well, let's find out. After his friend was killed by the mob, U.S. Marine Special Forces veteran Frank Castle became a one-man army in his war against organized crime. Emblazoning a distinct death's head symbol on his chest, Frank Castle became the vigilante now known as the Punisher. Castle sticks to a balanced diet based on military principles and is in peak physical condition. He has a very high threshold for pain, and is able to take multiple gunshots and punches from superpowered beings and continue fighting. He also has incredible reflexes. He's able to shoot Spider-Man, dodge Captain America's shield, even one time shot a super speedster. Punisher is a natural mind for war, and has been trained in multiple different forms of martial arts like Jiu-Jitsu, Shin-Na, and Ninjutsu. He's also gone through military training in the United States Marine Corps, Airborne School, the Navy SEALs, and the Australian Special Air Service Regiment. Frank has been able to battle in hand-to-hand combat against Daredevil, U.S. Agent, and Black Widow, and is more than capable of killing a dozen enemies while unarmed. Kaz is also an accomplished knife fighter, and Punisher knows and is skilled with just about every single firearm known to man, and has also skilled lots of different advanced weaponry from S.H.I.E.L.D. and other high-tech organizations. He's able to tag targets with amazing speed and precision with all sorts of guns, like sniper rifles, assault rifles, and even handguns. Punisher mostly uses conventional firearms, explosives, and knives, with his favorite being the M60 machine gun, an Uzi 9mm, and an M16. He also wears his chest armor with a death's head symbol spray painted on it, in order to draw gunfire towards his armor and away from his unprotected head. Punisher is an excellent military strategist, and has continuously been able to defeat more powerful opponents thanks to superior strategy. By the word of Bane, forced to serve a life sentence for the crimes of his father, Bane was born and raised in the underground prison Cana Duar. There, he forged himself into the pinnacle of physical and mental potential, all without seeing the light of day. Escaping to Gotham City, Bane pitted himself against Batman, making him famous as the man who broke the bat. Bane has trained for years and years to be in perfect physical condition, and his strength, stamina, agility, and coordination are so great that he could possibly be compared to a metahuman, even though Bane is still just a human. He's also an expert fighter, having actually created his own fighting style in prison, and has defeated countless opponents throughout the DC universe, even defeating Nightwing, and famously breaking Batman's back. Bane is really known for his Venom drug, though, which is a strength-enhancing super steroid. By using this drug, Bane can enhance his already impressive strength to where he can lift 2 tons, but that depends on how large the dosage is. The Venom also gives him peak human speed, and exerted healing, incredible stamina, and increases his durability to the point where bullets from most firearms only do superficial damage. But Bane didn't just train his body to physical perfection, but he trained himself to mental perfection as well. And is one of the most cunning and disciplined minds in the DCU, and is an expert in multiple different sciences, languages, strategy, and history. Bane has a photographic memory, which allows him to easily study and understand the actions and movements of an opponent. Unlike other intellectual villains, Bane is able to strongly focus on his goals without any obsessive tendencies clouding his judgment. He was even able to figure out that Batman was Bruce Wayne with little support or investigation. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, I think there's really no question here that Bane is physically superior, especially when he's on his Venom. But even when Bane isn't on Venom, he's completely shattered doors, ripped off enemies' arms, caved a man's head in with one punch. He's actually punched through steel before. Then, on Venom, he's ripped apart concrete walls, knocked down reinforced metal prison doors, and even broke out over a ton of ice pressing in around him. That's some impressive force, and his level of strength above what Punisher has shown us. However, that's not to say that Frank Castle isn't strong. He's broken steel chains before, and easily thrown men with just one hand. Bane is also more durable than Punisher, as the guy was unharmed after being hit by a truck, was fine with being pushed off a cliff, laughs off being tasered by Batman, acid to the face only slows Bane down. He's even been shot and stabbed several times and didn't react. Frank is durable to take beatings on superhumans and keep on going, but it's really the fact that he's always wearing body armor that makes him much more durable. He's taken shotgun blast and machine gun fire. It's blocked knife and sword strikes, and even protected him against hand grenades. What's really remarkable isn't just Punisher's durability, but also his endurance and his pain tolerance. I mean, he's trained extensively just to achieve and increase his pain tolerance. He's kept on going for multiple days with a bullet in his chest. He kept on going after getting his ribs crushed and being beaten into concussion, and has ignored the pain of being shot, stabbed, and having his bones broken. Speed is probably where these guys are the closest, and Frank might actually take the slight edge. They've both dodged bullets before, and Bane has attacked people before they could pull the trigger, but Frank has actually upped this by shooting Daredevil's baton out of the air, and actually dodging attacks of Spider-Man. However, overall, Bane is definitely superior. But on the other hand, I gotta argue that Punisher is the better fighter. And I don't mean exclusively hand-to-hand fighting, although Frank is very skilled in that. I'm talking about overall fighting, hand-to-hand, knives, guns, all of that. I mean, the guy is essentially a one-man army. Now, that's not to say that Bane isn't a skilled fighter. He is. And on top of that, the guy is an exceptionally brutal fighter. I mean, Bane one time ripped a man's arm off and proceeded to beat him with his own arm. That's insane. He easily killed 3 Talons. The Talons were giving the Bat family a difficult time, fought against and beat Nightwing and Batman, beat Killer Croc on several different occasions, and Bane has actually fought against Batman's Rogues Gallery before. The guy is a ruthless physical fighter, and is a brutal powerhouse. In a hand-to-hand fight, Bane's just going to be able to overpower Punisher, and odds are he'll wind up breaking Frank's back, just like he did when he went up against Batman. That does kind of seem to be his signature move after all. But this isn't just a hand-to-hand fight, and that's where Punisher specializes. Frank usually fights with his trusty guns and knives. He's one of the best shots and most accurate characters in the Marvel Universe. He's headshot a helicopter pilot with a pistol, headshot a man with 1 bullet with a minigun from a skyscraper away, and headshotted a criminal even with his hands handcuffed behind his back. He's also really good at studying his opponents, and by studying and observing them, he's able to accurately hit opponents as fast and as agile as Spider-Man. There's no way that he isn't able to hit Bane. Punisher's just too accurate, and Bane is just too big of a target and isn't fast enough. Punisher's also always got his knives on him. He doesn't just use them in close combat. He's actually exceptionally skilled at throwing them. I mean, Frank has hit multiple targets at once, hit people in the eye over an incredible distance. He's actually hit people with his knives based solely on the sound of their voice. However, the question is, can Bane's durability hold up to those kinds of attacks? Well, he has shrugged off bullets and stabs before, and he's so durable that he didn't even really react. However, those were merely flesh wounds. It's not like Bane is just going to be shrugging off a shot to the head, or stabbed to the throat. A kill shot is a kill shot, and Bane can still go down. And kill shots are what Frank is all about. He's performed countless headshots throughout the years, stabbed out people's eyes or stabbed them in the throat, and he didn't hesitate to threaten to kill Winter Soldier. So just instantly try and kill Bane. Frank Castle is a skilled hand-to-hand fighter on top of all that, as he's proficient in a plethora of different martial art forms, and has actually fought against and beaten Daredevil, Wolverine, Deadpool, Black Widow, Bullseye, U.S. Agent, Moon Knight, Sam Wilson as Captain America. He's actually fought against and beaten Ghost Rider before. That's an impressive list of people Punisher has taken down. But overall, on top of his superior skill, Punisher is a warrior and a fighter through and through, in a way that Bane just isn't. Yes, Bane is a skilled fighter, gives a tactician, and the Venom actually increases intelligence even further. But Punisher has just got him beat. He's possibly the greatest soldier who's ever lived, training with the Marines, Navy SEALs, Airborne School, and Australian Special Air Service Regiment. He's able to adapt to any situation and turn it into an advantage using only his finely honed skills and killer instinct. He's a master of conventional and guerrilla war style tactics, and has proven he's able to take down more powerful villains simply because of his superior tactics. Punisher even managed to outwit and outplay S.H.I.E.L.D., Hammer, and the Avengers. I think that level of training and experience, plus Punisher's skill level, and all the weapons on his side, I think it's going to give Frank the edge over Bane and his physical superiority. Punisher wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just one every single weekday. I'll see you next time.